Hello and a very warm welcome to you all today to Conny Decorates, of course, always with heart and soul. And who else is here?
Micha, the cameraman.
Exactly. And that's our topic for today. As promised, it's another autumn decoration for our front door using the planting we've already done, which you probably already know, but spruced up a bit with a witch's broom, a homemade ghost for the grandchildren and for all the kids who pass by here. But even the grown-ups will probably enjoy it too. And also the spruced up autumn wreath with the heather, which has dried out beautifully. And if you want to know how this theme works, stick around because we're going to show you now. Before we present the things today, we have to talk about something on our own behalf again. I think it fits so well with autumn now and with our entrance and the heather. We're going to spruce that up in a moment too. This is the wreath we made for autumn with the heather planting. The heather planting is also included. Those were the beautiful roses I received as a gift when we came back from vacation. They've dried up here. And here I have the little plants that I can always take off again because I just hung them in with this aluminum wire. I think it's beautiful. Our quinces are still on there and that's how it's going to stay. The only thing I'm going to take off now are the roses here, and that's actually super easy. Back then I glued one on here. That was the only one exactly. The others are all wired on and I'll just take those off now. I was just surprised because I pulled the rose out by the stem and I remember I had tied it in right away. Now I really do remember. Yeah, you always do things differently each time. And look here, I found a pine cone because back then we had them in our garden in Seville. We had huge pine trees there, and that was of course super practical because they provided an incredible amount of shade. And now I just want to go into the cone here, twist the wire, and then keep threading my binding wire through the cone again and again. Then I pull it into the center because I really want to secure it here with the wire. Look, that's a great position. And I think this is really an autumn eye catcher and a great combination now with the dried heather, with the fresh tillandsias, which I keep. What I do is I don't spray them anymore. My door kept getting wet. I thought that was a bit annoying. I always had to clean up afterwards. That's what I did at first. Now I just take them off, just dip them briefly in water, and that's enough for them. So now I go around the pine cone here, now again into the pine cone, and then around the wreath, back into the pine cones. I think twice. It looks super secure. And that's exactly how I wanted it. I wanted the pine cone to face forward a bit. I've just taken the tillandsias off for now because with all the movement, I think that's not so good. And now, with careful precision, I will take these side cutters and gently snip the wire right here, then carefully and delicately tuck it a little bit further into the natural crevices of the pine cone, ensuring it is securely in place. Because it holds perfectly. There's not much weight and it's great. So that means when it hangs like this, I have the pine cone here. Of course, I want my tillandsia here again. That means the two of them have a little duet here. I also think that's really beautiful and very harmonious. But of course, everyone can do it however they like. And that's how I'm going to do it now, with the pine cones as well. Now I take the wire, just wrap it around 2 or 3 times, cut off the excess, and simply wire the pine cones in by wrapping it around once and twisting the wire nicely around here. And I'm going to make a little duet here. I'll also wrap this one with wire and secure it properly. Here with the baby, it's just fantastic. When the little babies arrive, I think it's amazing. They really develop well, even right here by our door. What I'm going to do in a moment, this one is a bit dry. The others are all wonderful. And at the front of my hallway, I always have a bowl on the terrace with rainwater, and that's where I put them because they can't tolerate hard water well. It would clog the pores of the leaves, and they don't like that. So now we've secured everything here. I'll attach the other one again now as well. And now comes our second new decoration for the entrance. As you know, we have 3 grandchildren, so it's a must to have something fitting for Halloween. This is the planter, which is fantastic for succulents, cacti and so on. I also think it's really beautiful because it has this natural band. I think it also matches the natural entrance, and I need this. Namely, I have the string lights here now, and I'm going to set them to timer and put the battery pack in. You can also carefully wrap it with a soft fabric if you're genuinely worried about the delicate glass. And now, with great care, I will gently put the string lights into the beautiful globe. You can use any string lights you have. So now I have this fabric, and it's just a regular plant fleece. But you could also use an old bed sheet, an old tablecloth, or an old linen cloth. But since I have this fabric here, I'm going to cut out 2 nice big squares from it first. I folded the fabric in half, and then Micha held it nice and taut so I could cut straight through it with the scissors. Now fold it together once. And like this, I just want to find the center. And now I'm basically folding it together here. I think this is the center. I think that's perfect. And now I'm just going to make a cut right in the center with the scissors. It's just a very, very, very small cut. Look, now I have my finger through both layers of fabric, and it really doesn't have to be that even. It can actually be quite irregular. I really just eyeballed it, and now I'm going to take my ribbon. I'm just checking with the knot here to see if I can get it through from underneath and basically pull the ribbon from the ball through here. The ghost is already hanging there. We won't show it yet because, of course, the eyes are still missing and I have no idea. I think I'll just make 2 big ones. What do you think, Micha? Would that work? You just have to see what size works for you. I think big ovals like this. All right, I've got the hang of it. Just lay it on and cut around it. You already have a template, so both of them will turn out pretty even. I got this felt fabric yesterday at a craft store. This was the thinnest felt sheet I could find, and it's really great because when I glue it onto our ghost in a moment, it'll stick better. That's why I'm just putting a little bit of hot glue all around the middle here and sticking it on. We'll show you the ghost now. There it is, hanging now. Of course, it's bright in here. I hope that when it's dark, and I think it will, then it'll shine really nicely downward. But we'll take some pictures of that. So it's hanging here. It's definitely going to go in the entrance. I just think that's a must for Halloween, especially for the grandkids. Hopefully they'll be happy about it, of course. Maybe you still remember this string of lights. I just took a coconut twine, twisted a string of lights around it twice, so it's really easy to make yourself. I just found it upstairs as well, and I think it fits perfectly in the wreath here too. We've just hung up the ghost here. Up there I have, well, kind of a hook, and I used the ladder. I don't know if you can see it. We have this decorative ladder here, which also has lights. I've just pulled it a bit to the left so that it can move a little with the wind here. And what I definitely still want to do is put a little pumpkin in here. Here we also have these little ones, also from Wunderbaum. I think they're really beautiful too. So you can decorate this area really nicely with them. And many thanks to our subscriber Bettina. That was also our table decoration at the wooden wedding. She brought us such beautiful things made from this wonderful concrete. And I think these hearts also go really, really well with it. They're little eye catchers and highlights, and they fit in beautifully with this natural decoration. Down here I'll add another little heart, maybe another small pumpkin. The fluffy heather has now finished blooming. Down there it's still fresh and green, but I think that's really cool. Now, with these brown tones, it fits in wonderfully, so it's going to stay in here for now before it goes out to the front yard. And even the leaves from our maple tree can stay in here beautifully. So these things are just going to be added in here now. And now here, look, our witch's broom. We made it the other day, and I think it really fits in perfectly here now. I have to say, at Hofokers, we're getting the string lights in the next few days. So if you're watching this video, we probably already have them. So there will definitely be a wire outdoor string of lights here as well. But this is really the last thing I had left that's also suitable for outdoor use. And that's why you see it here. But honestly, I don't think it's a problem at all. And now Micha was so kind and put hooks in here on the right and left for me. And I just want to use some natural twine to decorate the front here with the witch's broom. I don't even need any wire. I can just use this jute ribbon with the holes in it, the one I also like to use for window decorations, and I just tuck it into the hook at the back. It's pulled really tight and holds perfectly. So I really still have all these branches. We collected quite a few branches for the workshop, and I still have some left over, and I think they're so beautiful. These are birch branches. Of course, you can use any branch you have. And now I'm just going to connect them here with floral wire. I'll wrap it around a few times, twist the ends together again, and cut off the wire. And here I'm going to do it differently. Here I'm first wrapping the green jute ribbon around, tying a really nice tight knot, and then just hanging the rest here with the ribbon. You can also make a little bow here if you like. I think it looks really nice when you have a bit more ribbon here. I think, look, here I really have a bit too much, so I'm just going to make a sort of half bow here. We're almost done, my dears. Witch's broom, natural branches, the little ghost for our grandchildren or for any other children who come by here. But now comes our wreath. And that's it. The wreath that hangs, and I just wired up the battery compartment. I had forgotten that. This is at the back of the wreath, and we're done. So we now have the old plants here, a beautiful autumn decoration, pimped up a bit for Halloween. And of course, we really hope that we were able to inspire you today with this autumnal decorating inspiration. Or Micha?
Yes, I agree.
Yes, it's lovely autumnal. We enjoy that too. I think that's part of it. The colors are also becoming very strong now, I think. And we certainly enjoyed it. We would be very happy if you gave us a thumbs up. Feel free to follow us on Instagram and Facebook. There are always little reels coming out, and we've now started with little shorts. We're still practicing a bit, but this way we can always show a few little tricks. That's actually the idea. So, dear ones, feel hugged. So stay healthy. Your Conny. See you then, dear ones. Bye.
Take me on a spree. I wanna get to know me, every little inch of me. Gentle while you stroke, when you depict me, every number count, love token.